So hi, welcome to the Good Nice Podcast with Roddie from Niiice. We're gonna ask some questions today. I'm gonna start. So congrats on your newest release, Internet Friends.
Thank you.
How you feel about the response to the album so far?
It's been good. A lot of people have been saying a lot of nice things. Um, I feel like there's like this like asterisk next to it, like in like the way we released it. Like obviously we should have been touring and stuff.
Mm,
So like there's this like what if we had been able to release it with like touring and like all that stuff and like been able to like promote it in the same way like we've always promoted stuff. But
yeah.
like it's been good and I've like it's nice to finally have it out there. I
Mm,
feel like we were sitting on it for like so long.
yeah.
It actually wasn't really that long. Like bands sit on shit for like a lot longer than that, but like it just felt like a long time.
I get that. Yeah. I
Yeah,
like the
sounds
promotion
good.
technique too. Who leaked the Nice album, and then you guys leaked it, and that was great. I loved it.
That's
Thank
great.
you.
Yeah.
That was we've been planning that for like a year, like
Oh
prior.
wow,
I love that so much.
playing a long game. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like the reason why like so you know how like people like leak like rappers shit like all the time.
Mm,
Yeah.
So it was kind of like and like it gets people like people have been so hyped for like Uzi's album for like years because like people have been talking about Eternal Take like oh when's it coming because there was
Yeah.
so many leaks all the time. So it was like so people were so stoked for it to actually come out. So I was like, well, what if we did that on purpose?
Exactly. What if we actually leaked it? Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And like Cardi, shit, same shit happens to Playboy Cardi. So it's like
Yeah.
kind of, and those are like two of my favorite rappers. So I was like, what if we
As they
did that?
should be. Yeah.
Like, right? So sick.
They are. Yeah, they're great. Yeah. Um, so, is there any meaning behind the cover art or album name?
Yeah, absolutely. So I feel like for a long time, like we really struggled to kind of like get our footing like in Minneapolis, or at least like it felt that way. It maybe wasn't that way, but it felt that way, and it felt like we were struggling that way. So like how we kind of got in front of people was the internet and like making jokes online a lot of the time was kind of
Yeah.
like our way of getting in front of a lot of people and that's how we just made a lot of our friends like and the internet just really has been like an important part of like our progression as like any band but um like just having like pictures of all our friends we've made over the last 4 years was like really I think like we had that concept like for a long ass time before we even started recording just because like and we were like well like we're like we had think like all the pictures on that were like taken over the course of like 2 or 3 tours that and like we knew we were going to see everybody so it was like let's just get pictures of people
Yeah.
and put it on it so like yeah
That's really
Yeah.
wholesome. I love
Yeah,
that.
that's very
Yeah.
wholesome. That's great.
thank you
So can you tell me a little bit about your writing process for this record?
um like so how his like we usually write stuff is I'll like write like the shell of a song and then like bring it and be like well what do y'all think of this the writing for this record was a lot more collaborative I felt anyway because like me and Sage lived together
Mhm.
for the for when this was we don't live together anymore unfortunately but like we were living together when like the writing for this was happening and so like a lot of the riffs like are stuff that they contributed
Mhm.
like the I think in fresco mode like most of the riffs in that are written by Sage the Coachella like the shreddy like riff in the middle like
Hmm.
that was written by Sage um and then like Abe came in and like would like make a lot of changes and had like brought a lot of ideas like after we would bring it to Abe and stuff but yeah for the most part like I'll write the shells of songs and then like I'll bring it and be like what do y'all think of this and we'll like move stuff around and add stuff
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Solid. All right. So, what song off the record took the longest to write, and what is your personal favorite?
Lockjaw definitely took the longest to write
Okay.
like I think like out of any song I think I've ever written like that one like took a long ass time just like trying to get like because there's like 3 sections of the song and just trying to get those to like flow together um but my favorite on the album is definitely Free Earl.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay.
Solid.
Taste.
Uh,
Yeah.
Lockjaw was a solid closer. I
Thank-
liked the way it wrapped up the entire album. I just thought I'd
Thank
say
you.
that.
I really love how like that one turned out too like I think the guitar sounds really cool and then like Colleen from Thank You I'm Sorry like added cello.
Oh, that's really cool.
Oh.
Mhm. Like they're like an incredible cello player, like on the low. Like I think I might be wrong when I say this, but they were like, I think they were like on their way to being like a world renowned cello player, and then they were like, nah,
Nah.
Oh, nah.
like
I'm
that,
good.
and then they just like wanted to do other shit. But like yeah, like they're an incredible cello player, and
Oh,
Jeremy from Scottoon Network like did the horns on the end of it and like wrote like the whole horn section.
That's really
Wow.
cool. I
That's
saw that
crazy.
it was 6 minutes long. And I was like, ah, shit, here we go. But it did not feel like 6 minutes long at all. So that's a compliment, I think.
That is.
Oh.
Yeah, that was definitely our goal. Like we were like, because we always talk about how like there's songs on Try to Stay Positive that like just feel like to me like they feel like they just drag on like way too long,
Mhm.
and like we wanted to kind of like when I was like y'all like I want to write like a fucking it was originally supposed to be like 8.5 minutes long because there was a
Goddamn.
whole like bell section that was supposed to be at the beginning, but like with quarantine like we weren't really able to like acquire the bells.
Yeah.
uh, so but like when I like first came to Ape and Sage and I was like, yo, for the last song like I want it to be like 8.5 minutes, like they were like, what? and, and so like that was like something that like me and Sage talked about a lot, was like feeling and like moved around a lot when we were writing that song, was like trying to get it to feel like it wasn't dragging, and I feel like the cello and the horns kind of helped give it that movement.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
So what band or artist influences do you think you can hear the most on this record?
I don't know about like hear the most, but like for me, like personally, like I was listening to a lot of the band Taking Meds from New York. I was listening to a lot of them like during the writing of this and just being like, wow, these riffs are fucking sick. And like how like they're like a lot of, they play in open tunings, but like they don't play a lot of like twinkle shit,
Mm-hmm.
and like, trying to kind of like yeah, just thinking their riffs were sick. And then also like a lot of like grunge stuff.
Okay.
Like garage rock has always been like a huge like influence, like Dinosaur Jr., Smashing Pumpkins, Nirvana type stuff. Like I feel like that one's like most prevalent on like Free Earl, and like that like outro riff, like the like yeah. But,
Okay. All right.
All right. So, can you tell me where your headspace was while creating this record?
This is always one I always struggle to answer because it's like I never really know how to like describe it, but it's like I think like I get really inspired in times of transition in my life. Like when I wrote Never Better, it was kind of in this like era where like me and Sage moved into this house that was like a piece of shit house, and we had to live there for like a month and a half or 2 months or something, and then like and just like kind of just like writing about like the things I was feeling like when we were having to live in this horrible house.
It was really bad.
Yeah, like we moved in, like I went and saw the house and it like didn't look that bad when I saw it, but like when we moved in, like somehow like roaches and shit had gotten in there and it was disgusting. And like
Vile.
my partner at the time like had asthma, so like she couldn't breathe and shit in
Yeah.
there. So it was like this hella shitty process, but
That's horrible.
yeah.
Glad you're out.
Yeah, but we but like for Internet Friends, it was kind of like I wrote a lot of it like during the winter, like the following winter, and like usually between projects, like I'll take a break from writing to kind of like give myself like a break creatively.
Yeah.
Like the intent between like Never Better and Internet Friends was like I'm not gonna stop writing, like I'm just gonna like try and write differently, like and like I think that's why like shit, I forgot what I was gonna say about that, but
Okay.
but I think like the period of transition was just like, well, now we're out of this like crazy housing experience, settling back into like normal life, and just like realizing kind of like a lot of the situation I was in, I just kind of wasn't very stoked about, and like settling in to like the monotony of like working every day. Like my relationship with my partner wasn't doing very good at that time, or my ex now, like wasn't doing very good, and just kind of like dealing with the transition out of that, and like
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
I don't
valid.
know if that made sense. I feel like I kind of was rambling there, but
No, it made
You
sense.
tied
It's
it up
okay.
at the end there, so
Yeah.
yeah. Uh, so this question should be like super quick off the top of your head. I want you to describe this album for new listeners in 3 words.
uh, um, fucking rocks ass.
Yes.
I like that. I like
That's
that.
an
I like that
interesting
a lot.
one.
It's great. I love that one. So you guys like literally dropped this last month. September was last month, I'm pretty sure. So are you working on anything new? Do you have like an EP you're secretly working on that you haven't told anybody that you're gonna leak in like a month or something?
um, not like we're not like writing. We've been writing and stuff, and we got a few new songs that I'm like pretty stoked about that sound a lot different. Um, but like kind of just in the process of like it's hard to like be like, oh, okay, well, we're writing an album, we're writing an EP, because like with no touring and stuff, like it's hard. Like I don't know if I really want to release another like project
Yeah.
like what when there's no touring and like um so I don't know. I think like I think we're getting like kind of like back to the basics and kind of just like for me it's been fun because it feels almost like we're a new band again in that like we don't have any shows coming up and we're just like writing shit because it's fun to write shit right now. And
Yeah.
I think the product is gonna be cool. We're working on a cover and we're gonna like probably put out a cover at some point.
That's
Ooh,
exciting.
what cover? What are you covering?
I think I don't know if I'm supposed to say, but it's a Bruce Springsteen song.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
All right.
All right. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
gonna be exciting.
I love Bruce Springsteen. That's
As
like
you should.
my shit, like the boss, you know.
Yeah.
Hmm.
We tried having him on the podcast. It didn't work out.
It did not work out.
I'll call him up.
Yeah, just
Please.
give him a ring.
Yeah.
I'll hit him up. Be like, hey boss, get on the pod.
Get on the pod.
Get on the pod. Yeah.
So where do you see this project in the next 5 years?
Like Niiice or
Nice.
Yeah.
oh I don't know.
That's
hopefully,
valid.
Hopefully still rocking. Still hopefully touring's back by then and we're like rocking gigs all the time like we were before. But I don't know. I think like for me, like I try not to make super grandiose plans out that far ahead because like so many things can change in that amount of time, especially in the realm of like music, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I think hopefully we're still rocking. I really like being in this band and I hope we're still rocking by then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, that'd be very cool.
All right. So for the last couple questions, since it's been like so long since we've spoken, we're gonna go to death row because why not? So, if you're on death row, what would your last meal be with a drink?
Damn. I'm a big soup guy.
Ooh.
I love soup.
Mhm.
So I think it'd probably be like so I'm vegetarian and I was vegan for a long time. So but I'd probably break that if it's my last meal. So I'd probably go with like clam chowder or some shit. I really love clam chowder or
All
like
right.
curry. I really love curry too.
Ooh, curry is good. Yeah.
Yeah, it probably would be curry actually. I'm gonna go with curry. And then like for the last drink, probably honestly just fucking PBR. Like if it's like my last drink,
Mhm.
and like I drink like more expensive beer now, but like just a PBR, you know, if it's the last one you're going out on,
Yeah.
Yeah. That's valid.
course.
like a 16-ounce pounder, you know.
Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
So if you could live in one fiction world for a week, where would you live?
Adventure Time.
I didn't
Adventure
even finish
Time,
the question.
straight up.
Like,
Okay. Cool.
that's my favorite show ever. It's like it's just fun, you know.
Yeah. It's a very good show. I haven't watched it
I've seen
much,
all the
but
way through like probably like 3 or 4 times at this point.
oh my god. Okay, then I need to pick it up then because
It's
it's
so
that
good.
good.
Especially like once you get to like the last like 3-4 seasons, it like there's like this more like quote unquote like serious narrative around it, but it's not really serious obviously because it's Adventure Time. But like some crazy shit happens.
Yeah.
Maybe like Steven Universe too, but like Adventure Time would probably be.
Adventure Time, yeah. All right, that's valid. So I have the honor of asking the last question. Every single person we've spoken to has said it's the most important question. What's your favorite color?
Shit. That was so hard. It's such a hard question to
It is. This is our hardest question.
I really like purple.
Purple.
Like,
It's a very good color.
Kind of like darker purple.
Yeah. Like a plum.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very solid
Taste.
color. So as Gloria said, that is all the questions that we have today. Is there anything that you would like to plug?
Just the record. Like I think if people haven't listened to it, they should listen to it because I think it's cool. But
Yeah.
Solid.
All right.
It's a good record.
Well,
yeah,
thank
thanks
you.
for having fun.
Yeah, thank you for sitting down with us. This has been Roddie from Niiice, and we are the Good Noise Podcast.